Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. I am now going to take you on a trip down memory lane. So first of all, I'm going to take a poll. How many of you have a high school yearbook sitting on your bookshelf at home? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you go through it every once in a while on a regular basis? One, oh, two, okay. We're getting there, but I strongly encourage you all to take a look. That's what I did actually last weekend, and it was pretty fun. As you all know, I go away to school, but I have managed to keep in touch with a lot of my high school friends. So we're all at one of my friends' houses, and we pulled out the yearbook. We started looking through all our old friends and perhaps not so friends, and then we were wondering, where are they now? It's kind of an interesting process. We've all graduated for about 6 or 7 years now, and we're starting to think, oh wow, time has really flown by. What has everyone accomplished? So it's interesting to see, for sure. And then when I look back, I think in high school there are several very distinct groups. I always think about how everyone at lunchtime would go off to do their own things, separate parts of the school, and see what they were going to do with their spare time. So now I'm going to take you through all the different groups and wondering where they are now. So first of all, I'm going to speak about the people who aren't really necessarily in the cafeteria. They're the troublemakers, I have to say. I wasn't one of them, if you couldn't tell. However, I don't really know exactly their proper definition. I think it's either emos or skellies. They have their black eyeliner. I wouldn't recognize them without it. Maybe teardrops, the skulls on their clothes. It's very interesting. It's, everyone to each their own, I suppose is the proper saying. However, not I. But at every lunchtime, they'd sit on the dirty floors in the high school. My high school, not so clean. So they'd sit on the floor, have their legs outstretched so you couldn't even pass by. Grade 10, you'd say, excuse me. No, they didn't speak. That's not really an option. You have to learn to jump over. If you step on someone's toes, that's really not your fault. It's not a place to be sitting. You have to wonder, where are they now? Then there's another group. These are definitely the future CEOs. They were very interesting gentlemen, I guess you'd say. They had very nasal voices, the glasses. They were on the ball. They would come to school, trench coats, business suits, ties, and briefcases. But what would they have in their briefcases? Candy bars that they would sell at cheaper prices than the vending machine. So even in high school, they managed to have an enterprise. So I kind of wonder, where are they now? Then there's the next group, the athletes of the school. Now, I was never quite so skilled in sports. I personally blame it on my height. I'll let that excuse slide for right now. However, mainly the athletes, the guys would go to the gym, and in their 15-year-old voices, when they would see one another, they would go to their lowest voice and say, "Man, what are you doing? Man." It was very quite comical because at 15, their voices did not sound like that, and no one's really do. However, you have to wonder, where are they now? Then, of course, there's their cheerleader counterparts. I have to say, I have to give them credit. At my high school, the cheerleaders were quite good. I went to Bishop, and they had a tendency to win several awards. However, they couldn't complete a sentence without saying, oh my God, what just happened? So you have to wonder, with those communicational skills, where are they now? Then we're moving along to the cafeteria. First of all, I have to explain. There was a bit of a divide in my high school. It's the English students versus the French students. So I can say this because I was a French student. The English students didn't really like us because they thought we were a little bit, stuck up. But that's not our fault. However, I can say that's not true. However, they were, in the cafeteria, the average students, eating lunch with their peers, jeans, hoodies, sneakers. I wonder, where are they now? And then in between the English students and the French students, there was a table of goths. They were interesting. They had their dog collars with the spikes. I never really spoke to them that much, but I feel they didn't want very much of my conversation either, because I feel they spoke about, ghosts. zombies and vampires, or at least that's what they used to dress like. I wonder, where are they now? Then there's obviously the drama people, and that would stay in the basement theater all lunchtime. They would practice their skits and plays. They were quite good, not afraid to make a fashion statement. But then there's the exasperating stage crew. I have to say, not my favorite group. I was forced, I say forced, to sit next to them in math class. Alphabetical order, I assure you. And all they would talk about would be stage crew, lighting, power. They didn't learn about math. It was incredibly distracting, and I wasn't allowed to move, which obviously brings you to the table that I was sitting at. I confess, I'm over it now. I belong to the nerd herd. It's okay. We were the French immersion students, very focused on our schoolwork. We did our work, participated in all extracurricular activities, and we were the ones that made the yearbook. So all these memories can be documented and to allow for enjoyable yearbook reviews. And I have to say, some things never change. We're all still working and studying in school. Thank you.